Lord, open my eyes to the lies I've been believing. How many of us walk through life carrying heavy burdens, not realizing that the chains around our hearts are not made by circumstance, but by deception. Lord, open my eyes to the lies that have whispered in my ears, telling me that I am not enough, that my dreams are too big, that my purpose is too far out of reach. These lies, Lord, have tried to convince me that failure defines me, that my past mistakes are permanent, that the voices of discouragement are louder than your truth. But today I pray for revelation. I pray for clarity. I pray that you would strip away the camouflage of these lies and expose them for what they are, empty promises from the enemy, designed to keep me from walking into the fullness of my destiny. Lord, open my eyes to the lie that fear has a hold over me. How often have I paused? How often have I doubted? How often have I believed that the challenges ahead were insurmountable? Fear comes dressed in many clothes as self, doubt, procrastination, anxiety. But it is a thief, Lord, and I am asking you to show me the truth, that I am stronger than I realize, that your spirit within me empowers me to overcome, that no obstacle is too great when I am anchored in you. Remove the veil, Lord, and let me see that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward in spite of it. Lord, open my eyes to the lie that my worth is determined by the opinions of others. How easily I have measured myself against the world's standard, forgetting that you, the creator of heaven and earth, have stamped me with value before I ever took my first breath. Show me, Lord, that my identity is not found in accolades, in approval, or in applause, but in the unchanging truth of who I am in you. Help me to silence the voices that criticize, that compare, that belittle, and replace them with your voice that says, you are loved, you are chosen, you are enough. Lord, open my eyes to the lie that I am alone. How often have I carried burdens as if I had no helper, forgetting that you promised never to leave me nor forsake me. Let me see your presence in the quiet moments, in the storms, in the mundane routines of life. Let me recognize your guidance, your provision, your protection, and your divine orchestration, even when the path seems uncertain. Help me trust that your hand is moving behind the scenes, preparing something far greater than I could ever imagine. Lord, open my eyes to the lies that cloud my purpose. The enemy whispers, you are too late, too small, too insignificant. But I know, Lord, that you specialize in turning what seems ordinary into extraordinary. Let me see the doors you are opening, the opportunities you are preparing, the lives you want me to touch. Let me not be blinded by disappointment or delayed by doubt, but let me run with clarity, purpose, and passion into the destiny you have set before me. Lord, open my eyes to the lies I've been believing. Let your truth shine so brightly that it dispels every shadow of deception. Let me walk boldly, think clearly, and live faithfully, knowing that with you all things are possible, all lies are exposed, and all promises are fulfilled. I surrender my thoughts, my fears, and my doubt to you. Open my eyes, Lord, and let me see reality as you see it. Let me believe your truth, embrace your plan, and live in the freedom of your wisdom. Lord, open my eyes to the lies I've been believing, because too long have I walked under the weight of deception without realizing it. Too long have I allowed whispers in the darkness to shape the way I see myself, to shape the way I move, to shape the way I speak. Lord, I lift my eyes to you and ask for revelation, because the lies of the enemy are cunning. They do not come in the form of shouts, but in whispers. They do not come wearing chains and shackles, but wearing words that sound familiar, words that sound reasonable, words that sound true. And yet I know, Lord, that these lies are not from you. They are not your voice. They are not your truth. They are the voices that tell me I am not enough, that my dreams are too big, that my purpose is too far away, that my past mistakes define me, that my failures are permanent, that my value is dependent on the applause or disapproval of others. But you, Lord, have promised to reveal truth. You have promised to show me the light in the darkness. You have promised to remove the veil from my eyes, and so, Lord, I am asking you to do that right now. Strip away the lies that have held me captive, expose them for what they are, and show me the truth that sets free. How many times, Lord, have I stood in the mirror and allowed the enemy to paint my reflection with doubt? How many times have I whispered to myself, "You are not enough," forgetting that you have declared me wonderfully made, that you have ordained my steps before I ever took my first breath? How many times have I allowed the fear of failure to paralyze me, the fear of judgment to silence me, the fear of rejection to hold me back from the very dreams that you placed in my heart? And yet, Lord, here I am, asking you to open my eyes to the truth that I am capable, that I am chosen, that I am equipped for every challenge, that no mistake is too great for your forgiveness, and no setback is too heavy for your grace. Open my eyes, Lord, to the lie that my past defines me. How often have I replayed the mistakes, the regrets, the missed opportunities, and allowed them to overshadow the calling you have placed on my life? But you, Lord, are a God of redemption. You are a God who takes brokenness and turns it into testimony, who takes failure and transforms it into triumph, who takes pain and molds it into purpose. Show me, Lord, that my past does not have the power to imprison me, that my history is not the limit of my future, that every scar, every wound, every trial is a part of the journey that leads me to the destiny you have prepared. Open my eyes, Lord, to the lies that whisper I am not enough. Because, Lord, I know that your spirit within me is greater than any voice that tries to tear me down. I know that your power is made perfect in weakness, that your strength is revealed in my perseverance, that your favor rests upon me even when I cannot see it. Let me understand, Lord, that the limitations I perceive are only illusions, that the barriers I face are only temporary, that the mountains before me are stepping stones when I move in your truth. Let me walk boldly, speak confidently, and act courageously, knowing that with you, Lord, I am more than enough. I am chosen, I am loved, I am equipped, I am called, and I am empowered to fulfill every purpose you have placed within me, Lord. Open my eyes to the lie that fear has a hold over me, because so often I have allowed fear to dictate the steps I take, the words I speak, and the decisions I make. Fear comes quietly, Lord, and it comes dressed in many forms. Sometimes it wears the cloak of self, doubt whispering, "You cannot do this, you are not ready, you are not strong enough." Other times it comes disguised as worry, telling me to stay small, to stay comfortable, to avoid the risk because the unknown is too dangerous. And Lord, too often I have believed these lies. Too often I have paused at the crossroads of opportunity. Too often I have allowed the shadow of fear to keep me from walking boldly into the destiny you have prepared for me. Lord, open my eyes to see that fear is not a signal of limitation, but a challenge to lean into your strength, to depend not on my own understanding, but on your wisdom and your power. Lord, open my eyes to the lie that the obstacles in my life are greater than your power. How many times have I looked at a mountain in front of me and believed it was insurmountable? How many times have I counted my weaknesses more than I counted your promises? And yet, Lord, you remind me that the mountains bow before your name, that the storms obey your voice, that nothing is impossible for those who trust in you. Open my eyes to see that every trial, every difficulty, every roadblock is not the end of the journey, but an opportunity to experience your supernatural provision, your miraculous intervention, and your divine favor. Teach me. Lord, that fear only has power when I give it authority, and that courage is born not from absence of fear, but from the decision to move forward in spite of it. Open my eyes, Lord, to the lie that I am too weak to overcome. How often have I measured my strength by the world's standards, forgetting that your Spirit resides in me, that your power works through me, that my limitations are the canvas for your miracles. Lord, remind me that weakness is not defeat, that struggle is not failure, that moments of doubt are not condemnation. Show me that when I surrender my fears, when I lay down my anxiety, when I choose to trust you fully, your strength becomes my strength, your courage becomes my courage, and your wisdom guides my steps with unshakable confidence. Lord, open my eyes to the lie that I must have all the answers, that I must see the full path before I take a single step. How often have I waited for perfect clarity, for the stars to align, for the timing to be flawless, only to find that the opportunity has passed me by. But you, Lord, are the God of timing, the God of order, the God who sees the end from the beginning. Open my eyes to trust that each step I take in faith is a step into your divine orchestration, that you are guiding my path even when I cannot see it, and that each act of obedience, no matter how small, is a brick laid in the foundation of the life you have promised me. Open my eyes, Lord, to the lies that whisper I am alone in my struggles. How often have I faced storms and thought there was no one to guide me, no one to comfort me, no one to strengthen me, and yet, Lord, your presence has never left me, your Spirit has never abandoned me, your hand has never released me. Open my eyes to see that I am never truly alone, that you are always working behind the scenes, that your angels surround me, and that your wisdom will lead me through every trial with victory on the other side. Let me rise above the fear. Let me walk with confidence. Let me speak with boldness, knowing that no obstacle is too great, no enemy is too strong, no challenge is too impossible when I stand on the truth of your promises, Lord. Open my eyes to the lies that cloud my purpose, because too long have I walked with hesitation, wondering if my time has passed, if my opportunities have been missed, if my dreams are too big or too late. The enemy whispers, you are too small, your impact is too little, your moment has passed. And too often, Lord, I have allowed these words to weigh heavy on my heart. But you are a God who specializes in turning impossibilities into testimonies, in transforming what seems ordinary into extraordinary, in taking what the world overlooks and making it remarkable. Open my eyes, Lord, to see that my purpose is not defined by time, that my destiny is not measured by the opinions of men, and that the calling you have placed on my life cannot be silenced by delay or doubt. Lord, open my eyes to the light that I am insignificant, because I have looked at the world, at the giants who seem taller than me, the opportunities that seem farther than I can reach, the voices that seem louder than mine, and I have felt small. And yet, Lord, you remind me that greatness is not measured by size, by popularity, by wealth, or by position, but by obedience to your voice, by faithfulness in the small things, by commitment to the mission you have placed in my heart. Let me see, Lord, that my life matters, that my contribution counts, that my efforts, however small they may seem, are part of your grand design. Help me understand that you have equipped me for this moment, that you have prepared me for this assignment, and that no voice of discouragement can diminish the power of the purpose you have planted in me. Open my eyes, Lord, to the lies that tell me I am too late, that I have missed my chance, that the timing is wrong, that the world has moved on without me. How often have I looked at the path ahead and felt despair, thinking the doors are closed, the train has left the station, the opportunity has passed. But you, Lord, are the God of timing. You are the God who makes crooked paths straight, who opens doors that no man can shut, who turns delays into preparation and pauses into positioning. Open my eyes to see that no matter how long I have waited, no matter how many obstacles I have faced, no matter how many setbacks have tried to slow me down, your plan is unfolding. Your timing is perfect, and your hand is leading me exactly where I need to be at exactly the right moment. Lord, open my eyes to the lies that tell me my efforts do not matter, that the work I am doing is unseen, unimportant, or unnoticed. How many times have I toiled in the shadows, poured out my heart, given my best, and felt invisible, unappreciated, or overlooked? And yet, Lord, you see, you notice, you reward, you multiply. Open my eyes to understand that nothing I do in obedience, nothing I invest in love, nothing I contribute in faithfulness is ever wasted. Let me walk with assurance, knowing that each step I take toward fulfilling my calling is part of a divine plan. Each act of faith plants a seed that will bear fruit in the fullness of time, and every moment spent pursuing your will is never in vain. Open my eyes, Lord, to the lies that whisper I am unqualified, that I am not ready, that I do not have the skills, the wisdom, or the resources to make a difference. How often have I measured myself by what I lack rather than by the power you have placed within me? But you, Lord, are the God who equips, the God who trains, the God who calls ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Open my eyes to see that with you, my limitations are opportunities for your glory. My inexperience is a canvas for your guidance. My weakness is a stage for your strength. And my willingness to obey is more powerful than any qualification I could ever imagine. Let me step boldly, act courageously, and walk faithfully, knowing that my purpose is alive. My moment is now, and the destiny you have ordained for me will not be thwarted.